What's up? What's up, guys? So it's been a couple weeks since we were able to make a video, and I promised that this one would be in this video, and here she is, rolling down my window.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here, but the sun, like I can't.
Nope, a see-through window. It will block it for sure.
There's tint on the window.
There's not.
There it is. Anyway, she's here, so we wanted to talk about something that's very, very important to us, and that is family. A major part of us, our family, yeah, I'm not singing. A major part of us planting this church, a major part of the decision to go ahead and make this church a reality was that we wanted to spend time together as a family. We wanted to be able to spend more time together as a family, and we didn't feel like that was possible where we were. And we also wanted to be a church that really encouraged families to spend time together. So we tell our volunteers, hey, you have to take certain weeks off and you have to spend time with your family. You cannot, we told one of our guys, like, dude, you can't come this week. Stay home with your wife, spend time with them. Because we think, you know, God created man for a relationship with him, then he created man for a relationship with his family long before the church ever came around. And the church is very important to us. Obviously, we're giving our life to the church. But I've seen a lot of people start churches. I've seen a lot of pastors. I grew up a pastor's kid. I haven't seen that many families who truly love each other. I think that's sad. And so, you know, last Christmas we went home and we spent time around my family, and I remember just thinking, like, this is how I want my family to be. This is how I want my future to be. I want to be a family that loves and enjoys being around each other and prioritizes that above any amount of money, any amount of success, any amount of numbers. I want my family to be that family.
Right, and we also want, you know, once you become a parent, I think you start looking at things completely different. I mean, with age, you start looking at things differently, but once you become a parent, it's like a whole new ball game. So after we had Isla, and knowing a lot of people our age that grew up in church or was a staff kid at a church or a PK, a pastor's kid at a church. Those of you that don't know what PK means, I had to learn what PK means because I married a PK. Anyway.
The worst kids ever.
PK. Just not wanting anything to do with church. Like, nothing. Not even, not just not wanting to serve or be involved in a church, but not wanting to attend. They were just burnt out. They had a lot of frustration and resentment built up towards their parents because they spent so much time and so much effort on other families and kind of neglected their own. Not any fault by them, but sometimes you just get carried away. So I feel like seeing that, hearing that through our friends and through a lot of other people, we knew that that was something that we didn't want for our family. And one thing that I like that Jason's family always models after is God first, then your family, and then the church. Like, if your family's not right, how are you going to help someone else in their family? So that was really important to us, and we were realizing that just where we were in our life after God started speaking to us about starting a church, we took a moment to step back and be like, okay, are we putting our family, no matter how big or how small, might just be you and your husband or one kid or 6 kids, are we putting our family before God first, then our family, before all the other obligations? And we weren't.
Yeah, I remember.
We were sacrificing so much.
Yeah, I remember last year there was a time I hadn't seen Isla in 4 days. And I would only see her on the monitor as she was sleeping. And God just kind of convicted me, because the thing is, you can never do enough to please people, right? You're never going to spend enough time making other people happy. So you might as well focus on making your family happy first. Because at the end of those 4 days of me not seeing my daughter and being gone all the time, someone was complaining about how I wasn't doing certain things. And I was like, I'm not going to make them happy. I rather would make God happy and then my family. So we did something that we have never done as a married couple.
What was that?
We went on a Michigan family vacation.
We did.
We've never done that.
We were actually at the beach, and Jason looked at me and said, do you know this is the first time we've been on a vacation in 9 years that isn't to go see his family? And I love seeing Jason's family.
Yeah.
We look forward to going to Michigan and seeing Jason's family anytime we can.
Yeah.
But this was just the first time we actually got to take a vacation, just a family vacation, just us. And I was like, yeah, that's right.
We had just never had the time or the money, or it was just hard to get away. Yeah, days to get away.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we went to Charleston, South Carolina. My wife surprised me for
his 35th
Father's
birthday.
Day. Yes,
and Father's Day.
Father's Day and my
I
birthday.
own a cleaning business, so I was able to use my points and rewards for my card to purchase tickets. So it was like practically nothing. It was actually a really big blessing.
Yeah, it was amazing. We went to the beach a couple of days. I fought a shark and I killed an octopus. I punched it in the face.
I must have been sleeping. During that point.
I actually used the octopus and I tied its arms around the shark's gills.
I took a video. Here it comes.
Drowned the shark and then punched the octopus. But yeah, we went on a tour.
Try not to laugh at his own jokes. He always laughs at his own jokes. Anyway, we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time on vacation.
We spent time with our friends Gerald and Kim and their son Andrew.
They hosted us, thank you.
And Isla still says OG, trying to find out. She calls Gerald OG. Yeah, we had so much fun. It was a blast. Went on a tour, played basketball.
Anyway, it was just like the Lord solidifying, yes, this is what we need. And there might be people watching this and thinking well, that must be nice, and we can't do that and this and that. But that's the whole point of these videos, is to get you thinking, maybe the Lord is speaking to you on certain things. Maybe the Lord's like, hey, there are other ways to prioritize things that you're doing to take out this and that. Why don't you step back, take a look, and see if what you're doing now is leading up to what you want your family to become, what the Lord wants your family to become, what He has for you.
Yeah, I work out in the middle of the day because I want to spend every second possible in the evening with my family. And if you're watching that and you're thinking oh, well, too bad, my job won't let me work, find a new job. Find a job that will let you prioritize your family. Start your own business that will allow you to prioritize your family. At the end of the day, when you get to heaven, God is not going to look at you based on whether you succeeded at your job. He's going to ask you about your relationship with Jesus, and He's going to look at your relationship with those who He blessed you with. The talents and the gifts He put into your life, what you do with them. So prioritize them. Do whatever it takes, especially if you're watching this and you're thinking about planting a church. Before you plant the church, spend every second possible with your family that you possibly can, and do whatever you have to do to make that happen. If it's not making as much money as you think you need, do it. If it's finding a different job, do it. If it's yeah, go ahead. No, you're fine.
Seek wisdom and counsel in your decisions too. Ask the Lord for scripture in all your decisions, for verses, a song, anything that would solidify. This is what the Lord has. He's waiting. He has a plan. There's a plan for every family. And sometimes we get so caught up in, this is how things are done. This is how things have always been done.
Yeah, this is how you got to do it.
This is the way to do it. Everybody's different. Every personality is different. And Jason just said, everybody has different gifts. Use them how God has given them to you. And it's just been amazing amazing.
Yeah,
this whole journey so far.
We had a couple weeks ago where we went to bed, and Isla went to bed, and she had so much fun through the day. Like, we had gone to a splash pad, we had gone for a walk, we had played in our pool, like all this stuff, and she had so much fun. And we were talking, and we were like, we've never seen her this happy. I want my family to have the most fun they can ever have with me. I don't ever want my kids to be like, man, I can't wait to go to my friend's house to have fun. I want my daughter to be like, well, my dad's a nerd and my mom, she's crazy, but boy, they're fun. Like, I have so much fun with my parents. That's what I want. So I just want to encourage you all, do whatever you have to do. When Jesus was dying, he worked on his relationship with his heavenly Father, and he was talking to his mother. That's how important family was to Jesus. As he was dying and taking on the sins of the world, he was focused on his family. So, focus on a family.
Oh, never heard of that.
Man, we should name a show or something.
And we're not perfect at this either. I mean, obviously, I'm looking cray-cray, and we're in our Jeep because we just got done doing a job.
Yeah.
And my Mormer's watching Isla for us, and Jason's about to go pick her up, and I'm about to go meet Brooke to go do another job. It's going to be a long night because Jason was gone last week.
I was just in Washington State.
But we make things work
all week, and then I got in at 12:30 on Friday, and on Saturday afternoon there was a big competition that our church was a part of that we ran and helped out with, and then we rushed to church.
Anyway,
and
it's been a busy weekend. It's been busy.
No one's perfect at it.
Yeah. So we're learning, but we are still trying to make that time.
Yeah, it's a priority. So if you're thinking about planning a church or starting a business or being a part of a church or volunteering, make sure that you spend time with your family. Make sure that you prioritize your relationship with God, family, and then church.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Focus on the family. I'm gonna, what's that called?
Copyright it?
Yeah, I'm copyrighting that. I've never heard of it.
Me neither.
Maybe I'll make a radio station about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus on the family. It's a great name.
I've got ideas. Bye, guys.
Bye.